Attention! The following video may contain fun, humor, profanity, personal opinions, political incorrectness, and so on. If you are under the age of 18 or are easily offended by something as simple as gendered words, then I suggest you turn this video off and watch something more suited to you. Something like Sesame Street. Don't say I didn't warn you.
How dare you!
Guys, welcome back to the channel again. Before I get into the video, you're probably wondering what's with that funny little bit of an intro sort of thing. I've been having a little bit of trouble last couple of uploads. Not sure whether it's bots, trolls, or people that are actually serious. But had some people carrying on saying, I shouldn't be using particular words and be more inclusive and things like that. It's really strange, and I kind of just did that. It's going to be an intro for all my videos from now on. Did it as for two reasons. One being a legitimate warning thing, and two, well, it's just poking fun of people that are complaining about things that really don't have an effect on their lives. But anyway, so that's that out of the way. So today I'm doing a video on the HPI Venture Scale Builders Kit. Now, this kit has been out for quite a while, a couple of years in fact, and as far as I know, the ready-to-run versions are discontinued, but you can still get the kit version. Now, this is just going to be something different for me to do. I mean, I've mainly done kits on race-orientated cars. I've done a few fun things, but this is going to be a scale crawler kit, just something different to do, because I mean, I can't go racing every weekend, and racing isn't on every weekend, so we're going to do something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut to the table and we'll have a look. Okay, so here we have the box. This is the HPI Venture SBK, or Scale Builders Kit. So obviously this is as it states, it is a kit. So like pretty much with every RC kit that you will buy, whether it be race orientated or not, you will need to supply certain things to complete it. So in this box, this is pretty much all you get. Box of parts. So I can go through all the boxes and everything, but basically it is all the parts there necessary to build just the standalone chassis, or chassis, however you wish to pronounce it, as it is. So to complete the kit, there are a few things you will need to complete it. You will need electronics and some extra hardware or other parts. So electronics, you will need a radio system, so your transmitter and receiver. You will need a electronic speed controller, a steering servo, motor, and batteries. Obviously too, you will need a charger as well. Now, what you will need is wheels and tires and a body. So for now, some parts haven't turned up yet. I'm waiting for the steering servo and the electric motor to turn up. but I will go through with you what I've chosen for electronics and so forth. So for a speed controller, sorry if it's a little bit shaky, for a speed controller I have chosen a Hobbywing 1080 brushed crawler mode speed controller. Now I will be using a 45 turn brushed motor for it. Now steering servo, I have chosen a Savox waterproof metal geared servo. Tires, I've got some Luis crawler tires coming for it. And finally for the body, now if you give me a second, this is going to be a little bit shaky. For the body, I have chosen Proline's 70s rock van. So that's the body there, and that's the part number for those playing at home. So that's the body I've chosen. Now, I'm quite possibly going to have to use my 3D printer to print some custom body mounts. The kit does come with extended mount sort of thing for, like, if you're using say an FJ cruiser body or something like that. But given that this is a van shell, I'll probably have to make some custom 3D printed mounts or something like that for the van body. So what I am going to do is, now normally when I do these build videos, I kind of stretch them out over, I don't know, maybe 10 videos or so. However, I am going to be going in a bit of a different direction with these kind of videos. So what I'm going to do, this can go either of two ways. One, you'll be able to see a time-lapse build of it here on the table, or it's going to be we cut to the finished chassis and so forth. So I'm going to do my best to do time lapse. Please bear with me, I'm not the best at this sort of thing, so hopefully it all goes well. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cut to either time lapse or finished product, and we will go from there, guys. finished the kit. Now, hopefully the time lapse has worked properly. I've checked the footage and everything. So I've spent probably roughly 2 days putting it together, and it is finished. Now, I have a few issues because it's we're in, right now as I'm filming this, we're right in the middle of the silly season. Postal system has slowed down a little bit, so the wheels and tires and the motor have not arrived, as well as the steering servo. So just for the sake of getting this kit finished for filming, I have put a Tecan 55 turn motor in. I've taken that out of another crawler and put it in, and I have a Traxxas waterproof servo that I was using in another crawler, as well as some Proline 1.9 tires and Traxxas wheels. Like I said, I really wanted to use the wheels and tires and the motor and the servo that I intended for it, but given the fact that the postal system has decided to come to a crawl, I've opted to put these other electronics and so forth in. So let's have a look at it. And here it is, guys. The kit is done. I have managed to get the Proline rock van body on it. I had to do a little bit of custom work to a degree. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these aren't the Louise tires, wheels and tires that I intended to use for it. When I do the running video of it, they will most likely be on. So we have the rock van shell. I did my best with the paint. I chose to do it in Proline's. Well, the main color is Proline Candy Blood Red, and I have a pearl blue stripe and a pearl silver stripe around here. It doesn't matter what I seem to do, no matter how hard I try with painting, there's always a stuff up or two on a shell that I paint. And fortunately, these things can be covered up with stickers. So that is how it has come out. This is Spazstick's Mirror Chrome, as you can see. I did the front and rear bumpers in the chrome, and probably can't see it too well on the camera, but I did try to use a Bitty Design stencil down here. Came out okay. So let's have a look underneath, and we'll have a look at the chassis itself. Okay, so here is the chassis completed. Now, as mentioned before, I'd have to do a little bit of custom work to accommodate the van body, because at the back here it comes with the optional mounts for like a high roof shell. So these are the standard mounts here that come with the kit. However, I had to get creative. Here are some long mounts. These are off, believe it or not, one of my old Tamiya M chassis cars, from like the Tamiya MO5. I think this one was off, so I had to do that. So what I had to do there is it actually screws into the shock tower there, because right here, you see there, that is where the standard body posts fit, but they're nowhere near long enough to accommodate a van shell. I did try and 3D print some long posts, but I was unsuccessful. Now I've owned a few HPI cars. I've owned two Savages. First one I got rid of. It's a long story, but I also have a Savage X 4.6, and never had any issues with it. But this is my first HPI kit. I have a few little gripes about it. One being is some of the parts finish. Now this may be just my luck. I happened to get one of those kits where, like for instance, on the wheel hexes, I was as I was building it, I'm trying to push the wheel hex onto the shaft, and because there's like a pin that goes through that the hex sits on, and it wouldn't go on. I'm thinking, well, what the hell? And in the machining process, there was like, I guess you call it flashing or something like that hadn't been properly cleaned. So, or where it was being tapped, and I couldn't. There was like muck in there. In here, on this part here, I had some trouble getting the screw in. Again, same thing. Some dirty threads. Another little gripe I have with this kit is the receiver box here. Now, this receiver box, if you have, like, say, one of the Sanwa or Airtronics square-shaped receivers that are perhaps antennaless, they will fit in perfectly. I'm using a FlySky GT3C for this kit at the moment, and they're a small receiver, but there was barely enough room to instead of flat, have to have it on its side so I could get it in, and so because it couldn't go like flat lengthways, there's not a lot of room. So if you use a particular, say a Futaba receiver, you may not be able to fit a Futaba receiver in there. As I said, there was barely enough room to fit that in. So another thing I noticed too is some of the instructions, like following the instructions, there needs to be a little bit of you need to carefully make sure you've got this around the right way. While there is only one way the transmission or the transfer case can go on here, it shows you the other way around. But I mean, apart from that, it went together pretty damn good. I mean, there was not, apart from especially some dirty threads, like from the machining process, it wasn't done properly, and tiny little receiver box there. Apart from all that, it actually went together pretty damn good. I haven't built a car kit for a while, The initial finish quality of it is pretty good. I like it. So like up front here, the got to make sure that these bars are perfect length, because it doesn't say how long to have these bars, so you may need to adjust it depending on the servo you use. That's the other thing I want to pick up on too. Now, as I said, I'm using, just for filming's sake, I've got a Traxxas, what is it, a 2056 waterproof servo. Like I said, this is just so I can complete it, finish the filming here. When you see the running video, I'll have like the Luis tires and everything on there. Anyway, one other gripe it's just come to mind is the servo saver for this there's only one spline for it. So for instance, if you have a 23 tooth or a 24 tooth spline, the like a 24 tooth spline servo, the servo saver will be too big for it, and it will strip, and like you'll steer like that, and then, or if you bump it, it'll strip it. That is one gripe. That's all you get, is just the one for it, unless there's a few of them in there that are meant for the kit, and I happen to have the kit that doesn't have the others to accommodate it. I don't know, but that's my only other gripe. But so at the moment, I have a Tekin 55 turn brushed motor, the Traxxas waterproof servo. I will most likely just replace the servo. I may put the 45 turn motor in, I don't know. The Hobby Wing 1080 crawler speed controller fits nicely. Other than that, it's been an enjoyable thing. It has been enjoyable, but there's been a few little gripes here and there. So this will be the end of this video. Like I said, I'm going in a different direction with my build series videos. I'm just going to show it, build it, and then we'll go run it. So next video we'll be running it, depending on weather, because right now we're having a bit of a wet season at the moment, and everything's just a bog. Might suit this thing, may not. So weather is a bit of a factor at the moment, but I will do my best to get a running video of this soon. So until then, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, any questions about the kit, well, electronics and so forth, have any questions, don't hesitate to comment down below, and I will do my best to answer them. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.